My name is Captain Alamar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck down by a meteor. I must have blacked out. I woke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hole of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems will only function for 30 days. I can't repair that dolphin by then. No! Better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. Hello, everybody! Luigi369 here. Welcome to my next Let's Play after Final Fantasy VI. This is Pikmin. And, I like Pikmin. Pikmin 3 Deluxe got announced for the Switch. And, well, thought no better time to play Pikmin 1. My chair just broke again. A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it were waiting for me. And then it dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I should call this an onion too. You know, the fact that I'm Let's Playing this game after Sugar Conroy did it, I feel I have to mention this Pikmin. I mean, everyone Let's Playing this game after Sugar Conroy has to mention this Pikmin. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil, and has now produced an adorable little sprout. This sprout emits a strange light, and it sways back and forth without benefit of the wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A. So, I mean, everyone knows what Sugar Conroy named this Pikmin. So what am I gonna name this Pikmin? Well, I don't know. That was the wrong button. I don't know what I'm gonna name it. But I do know what I'm gonna name it now. No, I don't. Alright, what do we name this Pikmin? Oh, wait. This is a thing? I didn't even know this is a thing. Is it just gonna say the same thing again? Yeah. Wait. Perhaps something will happen if I approach the bullet button and press A. Courage, Alamar. What to name? I know. Alright. We're naming this Pikmin Fitzgerald. Extraordinary. When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picky has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to that of the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react with C-stick and X as well. Following controls appear in several viewpoints. L, rotate camera, hold to follow the cursor. R, zoom in and out. Z, change angle. I must survive. I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings. Okay, so if what Alamar just said wasn't obvious enough, I am playing the GameCube version of Pikmin 1. Now, I am playing this on Dolphin. I do own the GameCube version of Pikmin 1. This just makes it a lot easier for me to record. But don't worry, for Pikmin 2, we'll be playing that on the Wii. And then Pikmin 3, whenever I get to it, hopefully is probably Pikmin 3 Deluxe. But I really also wanted to do this game because I had a few other games in mind. The main games I had consideration actually changed after. Astonishing. The onion is sown more seeds. The small red pellet and the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a red flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study its strange life form more. So, I said I wanted to do like Final Fantasy 4 or maybe like some other RPG at the end of Final Fantasy 6. Um, that ended up changing. I ended up deciding that I did not want to do another RPG right away. Mostly because they're long and I kind of want to do a shorter game. So mainly, I was thinking I was either going to do Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare's campaign, because that's getting a remaster, or that got remastered a few years back. And, well, they released Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and those are both relatively short games. I'm messing up the controls, Christ. And then I was also thinking, maybe I could do Mario 64, but I decided on Pikmin, and I'm glad I held off on Mario 64, because 3D All-Stars is coming out, and I'm probably going to end up streaming that on my YouTube channel. This should actually, the first episode of this should already be up when those start up. But, yeah, if I want to go over the controls, you already kind of went over them, but you throw Pikmin with A, whistle them with B, dismiss them with X, Y pulls up your menu, plus pulls up your other menu, or not plus, that'd be start. L will center the camera behind you. Those that know Zelda Z targeting, that's basically what it is. R will change the camera for 3 different zoom points, and Z will put the camera above you like an RTS, like a traditional RTS like StarCraft, which was another game I actually did consider doing. Pikmin is an RTS. This is a real-time strategy game. This episode we won't really get into that. That'll be more so in the next episode. But each day is 13 minutes long. You have a 13-minute time limit per day, and as we will get into, I don't think he said this already, actually. Maybe he did. There is a 30-day time limit in Pikmin 1. Now, this would change in later entries. But in Pikmin 1, there's a 30-day time limit, and we have 30 days to collect all 30 ship parts. And we're pushing a cardboard box because we're good at the game. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tests that will be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. I can make use of their skills. Perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned in Pikmin conduct. Approach and press A to pick sprouts. Press A to grab Pikmin. Release to throw. Press B to call them. X to dismiss. Use C to command. Control the group. L, R, and Z control perspective. I shall record all of this in my computer. I can press Y to access the computer. Now, I do think the GameCube versions of the original 2 Pikmin games are... Okay, well, we gotta actually do this cutscene. Amazing! There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? Brute force! Now we need 20. So, if you notice, and I'm very worried about this with Pikmin 3 Deluxe actually, but with Mario Galaxy being on Mario All-Stars, mostly cured my eased my suspicion. Movement and the throwing cursor are controlled both with the left stick. And Pikmin 1 and 2's ports on the Wii, as well as Pikmin 3 on the Wii U, this was changed to where the cursor is controlled by the Wii Remote's pointer. And it works infinitely better. But seeing as I'm playing this on Dolphin, I can't really do that. I can't emulate that effectively unless I'm using like a mouse or something. And to be honest, the only reason I'm not recording this on a GameCube is because I don't think my Pikmin 1 like even works anymore. It's pretty scratched up. But Pikmin 2 will be recorded on my Wii U, so yeah. Whenever we get to that, I don't want to do 2 games in the same series back to back, which is kind of why I ruled out doing any other Final Fantasy games immediately after 6. That, and I really wanted a shorter Let's Play. This game is nice and short. I should be able to beat this in around 13 to 15 parts. And we can move on to something new. Well, many Pikmin seeds sprout at once. I find it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My life always told me I was no good at routine tasks. I also try to get it all done at once by repeatedly tapping A until I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. I've noticed that when I add Pikmin in my group, they become filled with excitement and flush with bright color, and other times they revert to a paler hue and give off a dimmer glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. And, Pikmin is probably my favorite Nintendo series. I really love Pikmin. I think it's a underrated series, if anything. Like, it's not underrated because, like, pretty much everyone that plays a Pikmin game, from what I've tell, everyone that plays it likes it. So I don't think that makes it underrated as so much as it's, like, underappreciated. I don't know. Or just unplayed. It's not one of Nintendo's bigger franchises, but it's such a good series. It's such a charming series. It really should be up there with, like, Mario and Zelda and Pokemon, in my opinion. It is criminally underutilized by Nintendo. Pikmin 4 really does need to happen, too. But, I mean, Pikmin 1 is a good game. And I kind of have a similar problem with all the Pikmin games, and you'll really be getting that even in this episode or the last episode. The beginning of every Pikmin game is a tutorial slog. It's like, how many times have I had to stop my commentary and read messages? Like, it's like obviously for the, like, but, like, I really wish after you, like, beat Pikmin 1, say, they let you skip, like, day 1. Because, like, it's just tutorials and tutorials. It's the same every time. And it's really, really boring. But, I'm gonna stop my rant because, well, the episode's about to be over. Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back toward home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. What has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. This is a classic song. And with that, we lift off on a successful day 1. But we're not going to end the episode here because I am going to talk for a bit after this. Well, we got to read the captain's log, day 1. One day since impact, someone managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface? Or they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hokotate. Hokotate, actually, is the correct pronunciation. I never pronounce that right anymore. I did learn that. Analysis shows life support systems will only function for 29 more days. How can I repair the dolphin in such a short time? Dense forest is visible on the surface below. It holds the key to my survival. I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. Okay, well, here's some graphs. So basically this, well, obviously the thing at the top tells you how many Pikmin you have in total across all of your Pikmin. Spoiler, there's more than one Pikmin type. I don't think anyone didn't know that, though. The change in Pikmin population shows you how many Pikmin you got over the course of the day. Those bubbles at the top being your day meter, which we'll get into tomorrow. Obviously, sprout is how many Pikmin you grew, lost to battles, how many died, and left behind is how many were not in the onion or at base when sunset hit. Now, this day has no time limit, and I believe it is literally impossible to leave any Pikmin behind on this day. So, yeah. Then that red onion right there with the 25 will show you how many red Pikmin you have. The ship tells you how many current ship parts you currently have with the amount remaining next to it. And then next to that is how many days you have remaining. And then you get the option to save. Now, I just want to talk about some stuff related to my channel before ending this episode off. Obviously, here's the impact site. And if you press Y here, you can view your ship's log. Obviously, we can only read day 1. So, we can't really do anything with that. Now we could go back to the impact site, but we can't do anything there for quite a while. So in the next episode, we will be heading into the Forest of Hope. But I want to talk about some stuff, mostly pertaining to Final Fantasy VI's bonus episode. I'm working on it. If you remember correctly, I accidentally killed the dragon at the Fanatics Tower and then deleted the recording. If I hadn't done that, I would it'd probably already be up, but I really don't want to play through the entire game again. So, I've been putting it off, but yeah, that should be up before the end of this Let's Play. Minecraft Bed Wars is not dead, I just need people to record with me. But, other than that, I think that's all I had to talk about in this episode. In the next episode of Let's Play Pikmin, we'll head into the Forest of Hope in search of more ship parts. See you guys next time.